Okay, yeah. Thanks for having me here, and it's my pleasure to have me here as well. So I think from buying business perspective, I think the more common way that people would think is that, how much is this business, whether this business is real or not. So for that, so of course from business brokering perspective, what we do is that when we see a business, we don't see it just from the front part only. So we go into the back, look at their business flow, look at their cash flow for the last 3 years and the performance and everything. So to answer our question, first thing is that we need to look at the business, the financial, whether it's real or not. So that we can also get an accountant like Peter Wong to do the due diligence, and then from that due diligence we can also work out the asking price of the business, so whether it's realistic or not. Yeah, so that also you need some expert or some people that have experience to do that. So I can give you some examples. So largely, let's say we take 2 examples. One restaurant, so let's say they make 200,000 a year, let's say, and then so the other business, let's say make a bit more stable type of business, let's say pharmacy, so they make 200,000 a year. But different industry, they have different multiple, we call it, different formula to calculate that. So largely, let's say a restaurant business, hospitality, we're taking about, let's say 1 to 2 times of the multiple. So 200,000 become, the price will be about 200,000 to 400,000, for example. Let's say for pharmacy, then its multiple is different. It could be somewhere between 300,000 to 3 times to 5 times. So the business become like 600,000 to 1 million. Same profit, then one is like this, and then the other one is this. So the key difference is that one is, you can call it a bit more stable pharmacy. The hospitality is a bit more volatile, so that's why the price will be different. Yeah. So some is coming to personal, so your background, your experience. So a lot of time people will come to me saying, Jack, I want to buy a business, so what should I do? So the first thing we will say that, what is your experience? What do you have? Have you run a business in let's say in Hong Kong or China or Malaysia? So if you, with that, based on your experience, then we can look for something that's suitable for you. So we don't just go there saying, hey, I got a list of 10 businesses, pick one here, but then more like understand from your perspective. Let's say, for example, you're already running a business in your country, and then you probably will be looking at something that's similar. So something, let's say you sell certain products. Let's say you sell meat or you sell something frozen stuff. Then you'll be probably looking at something that manufacturing or distribution, so that type area. So in terms of that sector, probably I can also explain to you in Australia, we can kind of largely put that into 2 categories. One would be retails. So retail would be like you walk on the street, hotel, restaurants, cafes, bars, and shops, and then the other one is like B2B business. So you can be distribution, manufacturing, wholesaler, import, export. So if you separate that two, then if you are preferring somewhere in the retails or somewhere in the B2B type of businesses, so we can look at these 2 areas. Yeah. So it's best to look at your personal experience, plus also your preference, and also what you can bring to this business. So from let's say you have some connection or some experience in overseas, then you can look at how you can bring that into this. And again, that's required some people like Stanley to do the migration bit, and also we got Peter Wong to help you set up all those companies and things like that as well. Yeah. So I think leading question to that, sometimes people might be asking, saying that, if I have a restaurant over there, do I come over here buy an existing one or set up a new one? So I think that of course I'm selling business, so I like you to sell the existing business. But I think from my experience, me personally, I have set up new company before, and also I have bought into existing company before. So my preference is, if I have the capital to invest, I will actually buy into existing business. The reason being, if I buy existing business, I already can see like the customer. I can predict the customer based on the last 3 years of record. I can know what suppliers that I can get a product from, who am I selling to, all the system, backend, everything already set up. So I just walk in there, I run it for a while, 6 months, then I can change it around. But then let's say if you set up a new company, a lot of things is uncertain. So you don't know like whether your customer, based on your projection, would that be generating the cash flow that you need? And then so all the suppliers, all the setup, all those things, it's a little bit more work. So if you have more money to invest, probably you buy into an existing business, it will be a bit quicker. So next day your money start coming in. So I think, so that part, I think I do see a lot of rich people in Asia, they can buy a apartment in Melbourne and Sydney without coming into here. But I think buying business, I probably wouldn't recommend that, because to buy business, first thing is just not look at pretty photo or things like that. So you need times to assess that. So first thing we talk about getting accountant to look into due diligence, and so you yourself so need to be comfortable with that. So you might want to come spend 1 or 3 months typically to look for the businesses and also to go around to understand the situation. So it will take time. So my recommendation is settle your family first, or settle yourself first. So you allocate yourself 1 to 3 months at least in Australia. So you probably either you can get a temporary visa through Stanley to come here to buy a business first, or at least that you come into here, you got something settled down now, then give yourself 3 months to look for it. That's right, yeah. Even like a bit more as well. So even like you pick that business, you say, yep, everything okay, price okay. Then from then onward, then you need an accountant to go through, open an account, and then that the lawyers involved, and then all those insurance and everything. That itself will take about 2 months to the transaction itself. So it means that you basically you need to be here. So first thing again, I think for those that have a migration requirement, so people like Stanley, so run a migration, he will be able to tell you exactly temporary visa or whatever visa or anything that you need to do to turn that into permanent residency. Yeah. And then secondly, so accountant definitely need. So especially the accountant that has experience in Asia and in Australia, because some of them, even like in China, the system is completely different. So you need someone that really understands, been work in Hong Kong, been work in China, and then have experience in Australia. For example, Peter Wong. so that will be able to help you out. So accountant definitely. Then you need solicitor. So all the sales contract, everything. So you need a lawyer, you need a solicitor to do that. Then there are other things as well. They are like you need to open a bank account. You need to have business insurance, and then so you need to have all sort of things. Potentially you want to get finance as well. So you need to get a finance broker involved. So all those things like that. So it's somewhere that between our network that we can also help. So I think 2 things that I always see this way. So one is the business experience, and then secondly is the person itself. So the person means that the team and the person that working there. So from the business itself, so if I want to do something with this company, I want to make sure that that company have done similar business for more than many years. So for example, my company has been running for the last 9 years. So we have been through that size of businesses, and then so from helping oversee people that are coming into here buying businesses. So all those things that we have a strong experience in, that we know what sort of things that we need to look for, and then what type of businesses that will be suitable for them. Then personally as well, because for myself, I'm a migrant 17 years ago. So from Malaysia, I came into here. A lot of people just helped me along the way, because technically I have no relative here. So when we came here, just 2 of us. So anyway, so along the way, people help us. So I understand. So people like from Asia coming into here, what do they need and what do they need to look out for? What can we help? So I think from that personal, you look for something that you can relate to, so it can help you. And then from business, there's something that they have experience to do that. So kind of these 2, and then these 2 aspects, I believe that my company will be able to provide that.